Hey everyone, welcome to the week review. We finally had December OPEX, and this week we should be seeing a pullback finally, and then the final Santa rally. The Santa rally period is in this interval here between the first two vertical white lines, meaning December 26th next Tuesday and the end of the first week of January. It's 8 trading days in total. Chem says that we can continue to go up until the 12th. I'm not so sure if we will be doing that between the 5th and the 12th. Most likely, I think we can see a consolidation period of going sideways, like we did at this top, like we did here, and in many other tops where we didn't go up, like even here. It's slightly higher, but more I would describe it as a sideways movement rather than a going up kind of thing. So the sure thing we care about is this interval here, and then most likely we'll go sideways for a bit before it finally turns going into January OPEX. Okay, so now let's redraw stuff. We'll see how big a pullback can be. Uh, I'll also look at targets to the upside, and we'll look at various other things as well. So first things first, this area between 459 and 454 is the target area. Given how bullish we've been, I would err on the side of being more bullish than bearish. So probably like slightly below 460 would be the short target. Anything below that, down to 455-ish, is a bonus. And that's not that big of a drop. Relative to Friday's closed, that's like 2.5% until this slightly below 460 area, and 3.5 down to 454. So we don't get that big of a drop, and then depending on how low we go, we can talk about the rebound. And let's assume we go to the low of the area, and target would be 484 for a 6%, almost 7% rally into the Santa rally period. My first target is 484, second target is 498, but this actually seems pretty absurd. The market has surprised us to the upside over and over again, but I don't think we can do 10% in the span of 2 to 3 weeks here. We shall see. For now, target for me will remain 484 for when the year-end rally begins. Okay, so we should be going down. Maybe today we won't go down that much, but we we should see a pullback across the board. Nothing should get spared. Maybe Tesla will show relative strength. Maybe industrial will show some relative strength, but I still think they go like minus 1%. It won't go up much if it does, and if it goes down, it would go down slightly. It won't go down a lot either. But there will be names like the squeeze names, which will go down a lot, and those will have a strong recovery afterwards. So I wouldn't be surprised to see lows retested on names that have squeezed, or at least a substantial push-up. Let's say something went up 30% last week. I wouldn't be surprised to see like a 50%, 15% pullback, and then start another leg of the squeeze. But version one would be something like this, and we start going up. Actually, and we go sideways here, and eventually go down. Or down to 455, and then it plays out very similarly. So that's kind of the expectation here. Let's look at the other tickers as well. For Q's target should be 390. So this is the origination point of the breakout. I think this will remain the target. So because mega caps and when things are scary, people go into mega caps. I think Q's will drop the least, and then did I draw a target for this one? Yeah, 415. That should be it. They save you up from the origination point as well of the breakout. IWM. Uh, IWM should have the biggest pullback. It hit the target and even went above it, but it's rejecting right now. On US 2000, it's more visible with this rejection candle, failure to go back up again, and we should see a pullback. The bigger pullback should come in IWM this week because it went up like 25% in the last month. Let's measure it. 23%, 23.73. So big moves up will have, or big moves in any direction will have large counter moves. Uh, so it's a bit tricky with this one. I think there are two areas where we can see. First is 188, and the other one would be 183 if it goes that low. But again, I would err on the side of being more bullish than more bearish in this case. So this would be relative to Friday's close. This is 4%ish, and this would be 6.5%ish. And for IWM, I don't think it will make new highs because the drop is in theory going to be larger. The rally won't be as powerful. I mean, it percentage-wise, it will be very big. Like this will be 8% if we go that low. If we go here, it would be 6%. The thing is gonna be it's gonna be similar to the other indexes, in my opinion. So because it will pull back more than the others, the rally cannot take it to new highs. It will just retest this area here of 200, probably get rejected again, and that will be the top of the IWM rally. So expect IWM to underperform because it's the one that went up the most. DIA, on the other hand, is a bit tricky. In theory, I think it has a similar setup with IWM, and it rallied a lot as well. I think this is 20%. No. Oh, only 15. Oh, okay. So target will be this consolidation here. So 362. Let's say 360 at the lowest. Then again, probably slightly higher high, but nothing significant like 375, and then down. Okay, then let's look at oil a bit. So I'm still bullish oil longer term, but I get a bearish vibe from it. And I think we'll be doing a reverse head and shoulders, which will be this, and the future dip to 69-ish, 70. So in theory, it's a retest of 70, and it goes out into the new year. This is the vibe it's giving me. Um, Something like this. Retest of 70 should be fine. Maybe a bit of an overshoot on the daily. It's a retest of this low here, and then it should go up and break out into the new year. So also considering this, I think we will see a pullback in IWM and value across the board. Okay, then let's look at VIX, which is doing kind of a flag. I don't think it has any chance of going lower this week, maybe next week, but we should see a pop before it goes lower. So getting fast close to the apex. On Friday we had a huge spike in VIX, so 10%, almost 9% actually. And the last time we had a move in VIX that preceded the one in VIX was, I don't remember. Let me find it like this, September 20th. Anyway, there was one where VIX was basically flat negative one day. VIX popped up, and then VIX followed afterwards. But it was relatively recent. Maybe this one, July 27th. Not this one. They were in sync. Anyway, it's a precursor. As well as we had a growth sprint on FOMC day, and growth sprints speak about the future. We don't know when this future will come, but I had this line drawn from beforehand. The go sprint was 111.85 and my level was 111.84. I don't even remember when I drew this and why I drew that there, but it lined up very nicely, and uh, this will likely be the top in a move in Vivix. Whether this comes on OPEX this week or it will come later, we don't know. From what I looked back in the market top in December 2021, we had some very large VIX spikes at the beginning of December and VIVIX as well. And for OPEX, let's look at VIX. So this was beginning of December. This was OPEX and like 27, and the one before that was 35, and they were accompanied by very shallow moves in SPY and the other indexes. So beginning of December, we had a 5% pullback, then another 3% one, but considering VIX went to 30, these are relatively muted moves for the market, and I would expect we will see something similar as well, meaning VIX going up a lot, like maybe we even go to 20, but the market barely dropping like 3-5% at most, probably like 5, with Qs outperforming because that's the new safety, and but we should see VIX pop off before the end of the year. Okay, now yields, they look toppy obviously. TLT positioning is very overextended. Uh, DXY had a bit of a recovery on Friday, but it I don't think the lows are in for DXY. And I have a couple of new names selected that looked good to me uh, for a bottom catch. One is HSY, Hershey. It's been dropping for a while. We're getting into this demand zone, which is support. Maybe 175 is at 175 I would buy something. Then we have SE. Someone requested this sticker, and looking at it, it's looking quite good for a bottom catch. Again, I'm not talking for now. Now I'm talking for when the lows are in on indexes this week. And what the buy zone for SE is 29.31. It's also a gap fill, a long-term gap, and a demand area here. So it should be a good buy in this area. Looking at the other stuff, Oxy should pull back down to fill this gap here. If oil does that reverse head and shoulders, Oxy should go here, then start going up again, and that's kind of it. XLE, nothing here to talk about. Costco should stay up, like I explained, until December 28 when the dividend comes in. NEO and Chinese stuff is looking good. CCJ looks like it's about to break down. The safe entry when it goes below this consolidation here. So when it goes below this level, below 44, that would be the entry for an impulsive move down. That will take it probably to 38-ish. There's a gap here. UNH broke down. Now it should go back up. It's not ready to fully break down. It should do this. So not this, or not yet. Down. Maybe go. Yeah, yeah, something like this. No, it's okay. LLY, same kind of thing. Probably support here, go back up, and then have a move down. Lift looks very toppy. Almost hit the gap fill here. I think it's a full profit take on the gap fill. Of course, it can go higher, but this worked out nicely. So don't think we see target 2 quite yet. It will probably top out at target 1, and that's kind of it. PayPal looking rejected here, like for now it's looking like a fake breakout on this trend line. This signals it needs more time, and the plan remains the same. If it goes back to the 55 area, it's a buy, and it will eventually break out, but not quite yet. This still looks good. Maybe it goes back to 373 or retest the trend line here for the pullback, something like this, or a bit lower to this. Uh, Ideal buy point is 361, but don't think we get it. AA looking rejected as well, probably a pullback. 26, 27 is the area where we want to be buyers again. These are all buys because likely to continue. But like I said, everything that went up a lot should pull back quite a lot. Don't care, but 260 should be the buy point on this one on the pullback. Solar Edge 84. Tesla, I think, continues even if the market pulls back. Aher 26, actually 20, 26, 25, something like that. This one is not that hot with this rejection candle here. It may even see 23 again. For Rivian, I think this is a large pullback, and it will then bounce on this AVWAP here from the recent high. If I put the one from the recent low, they're going to meet somewhere around here. So probably 20 as support should be fine, and then we go to 26. HSI, like I already mentioned, SCI I already mentioned. This Don't play short-term stuff with this because they might take a while to move, but like 3 to 6 months out should be fine. And I have high confidence in this. Other than this, I love fucking Chinese stuff. I mean, I've missed the mark on this once a couple of times, but the higher, the more they don't bounce, the higher the chance they bounce. And when they will start moving, they will squeeze a lot. It will be something similar to this. And Baba went from, let's say, 36 bars in 2 months. It went up 63%. This is the kind of move I expect. So let's say the low is this. This would be a minimum that we should see in a month. But I think it's gonna be much faster. Like when the first move happened, 60%, and I think it was just in a couple of days, like surge based here to here, and it was 42% in a week. So yeah, it's 30 days, but 30 market days, but half of it was in a week. That's it for this time. Have a good one. Bye bye.